Hi guys, you're very welcome back to another video here. I'd like to post a quick video today. Apologies for not posting as many videos as normal. Again, as you probably know, I'm working on the course for October, and it takes a bit of time amongst all the other things you have to do in life in general. So one thing I'd like to address before I start the video is particularly for new subscribers, is the buddy program. I do talk about it every now and again, that we have here in this community on this channel. So the buddy program is actually just buddying up with somebody else who has been through narcissistic abuse and is on the recovery journey. They can be at the beginning of the journey, in the middle, or the end. Whatever, both parties will benefit. If you're starting out on the journey and you're with somebody who's been there, who's a vet basically, in relation to narcissistic abuse, the person who's starting out gets the experience of the person who's further along the journey, and the person who's further along the journey gets the reaffirmation that they did the right thing to get out of that relationship and to stay out of it, you know, in seeing what the person who's just been discarded or just escaped that relationship is going through. So it just works well all around. The way it works is you put a comment in the comments saying, looking for a buddy, and give your area, because sometimes the time zones, I mean, people look at these videos from all over the world. Sometimes the time zones, it's better to get someone with some kind of a similar time zone to your own so that you get more of an opportunity to email each other or whatever way you want to communicate. So just basically say, I'm looking for a buddy or a buddy request and your location. And please, guys, consider answering some of the requests that you see there instead of just, say, posting your own. You know, it's a lot of people will post the request and then you see all these requests, but some of them aren't answered and more requests are made. So just, you know, either post a request or look and see if there's a request there already from someone else. And I hope it works out well. I believe from feedback from some people that it's been a great support to have somebody there who knows what you're going through and who you can just check in with if you're feeling bad or if you've succeeded in something and done a particularly good thing. You know, every bit of support, we need every single tool that we have to move on quicker from this aftermath of somebody trying to destroy us to get their needs met. So today I'd like to talk about cognitive dissonance. And again, for the vets on the channel, and I consider myself one at this stage as well, cognitive dissonance, the best way to explain it is you're remembering something and it's not quite gelling, because you know factually, say, that something was really bad for you and it wasn't real, but the way you're remembering it is, even though your mind cognitively you know that that was the memory, the way you feel about it is different. So instead of being really glad, say, you're out of that situation, you're kind of wanting it back and thinking fondly of it in some ways, even though that's not the truth. So there's just a disconnect between the reality of the situation and the reality of your feelings. And I'll tell you, cognitive dissonance needs to be worked on. It does disappear, but it does need to be worked on. So, you know, basically what a narcissist has done has groomed you, but has changed your brain function has changed because of all the manipulations. Your brain has created new neural pathways towards affirming that person, say, the narcissist, when they were love bombing you, and I'll explain that now in a minute, when they were love bombing you, your brain started to look upon them favorably and made associations with that person that were favorable. So it's going to take a while to rewire your brain and rewire those pathways into the truth and the reality of the situation, that your brain was fed a falsity an unreal, a fakeness. It was fraud, a con job that the narcissist ran on you, that they weren't being real. The experience you had wasn't real. They were being fake with you. And therefore, those connections you made in looking on that person positively and on the experiences positively need to be changed to the truth. And you need to, when you think about that person and that experience, go over and over and over again the fact that they did not have your best interests at heart and that this is what they were doing. Subconsciously, the narcissist, when they meet somebody, this is what their subconscious would be telling them. This is the motivation they have towards getting you hooked. Okay, this person here, and that's us, the targets, the victims, whoever you want to call us, the ones they have in their sights. I like this person because, and now it's nothing to do with you, because they will be able to do this, and that for me. And I will be able to get this, and that for me. And therefore I will be happy. So I want this person to do all these things for me. How do I do that? This is the brain is going over how to actually get you hooked. This person seems really happy, seems blah, 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 blah. I will soon change that because I want them focused on me. I know I have to get them to only want me, to serve me, to give me everything. And I want to be their number one. I want to be in control of them. So then they'll run their manipulations on you. We know the isolation, the triangulation, all those things. But what they do in the love bombing to get you under control and under their control and wanting them and associating all good things with them so that you will fight to keep the relationship and fight to stay. They make memories, and these are false memories, but they actually set out, now this is a fake person setting out with you on a day to make a memory on a day that you are going to remember. And they often link things like music to an occasion or a photograph to an occasion. And I mean, I know normal people do this as well, but you'll find this a lot with narcissists, or giving you a surprise or making something really exciting, or bringing you to a place that you've never been before and they'll say they've never been before and making it your special place. But it'll be somewhere that you may end up going again. It'll be, say, somewhere in your locality you've never been, but you may have passed by it. They call it everlasting or ever presence in some of the videos. The narcissist will give you just a fantastic time and make sure they go out of their way to concentrate on you. It's as if you're their biggest paying client, and indeed you are, because you're paying them in supply. But you're their most important client. You get all the respect, you get all the praise, the validation in front of other people. You're really lifted up. You are on cloud 9, and that's where they want you to be, because they want to get you hooked on that feeling. It's an addictive feeling, and they know from the past that once they get you hooked, and they'll test you to see how hooked you are with the different manipulations, but they do put that investment in, that effort in, to make sure you will never forget them and associate them with your happiness. So those happiness connections are made with them. And they'll always try and isolate the two of you, even though you may be in a party or something like that. They'll make it about you and him, or you and her, so that your brain has this firmly in place that the narcissist is the source of your happiness. Now, what I'd like you to think here is, think back on those occasions, and I'm going to give you two maybe 3 tools to help break the cognitive dissonance. The first thing I'd like to say to you is, did you never see the narcissist being, even though they'd get excited on an occasion that you may have really enjoyed with them, most of the excitement, they would stimulate you and give you the opportunity to enjoy yourself. But most of the excitement and bubbliness and joy would have come from you. Really, really think about this. I often found that the narcissist was very much on a level all the time. Never really went up and never really went down, except for the rages. Give yourself credit for those happy occasions, because believe you me, you were the main reason that those occasions were so wonderful. The narcissist has a manipulative talent for understanding that you have a lot of potential. And they will bring you into situations and stimulate you to stimulate that potential. Again, you'll associate it with them. And there's a false disconnect here, because it's actually you that's made those occasions so amazing. The narcissist was just able to pull the trigger on it. But the clever trigger the narcissist pulled was the fact that while you were fulfilling yourself and bringing joy and happiness to the occasion that they set up for you, you then associated it with them and gave them the credit for that occasion. And into the post-relationship phase, they know that that will work and that you will crave those memories and crave them and associate those memories and occasions with them as being the cause of your happiness. I'm telling you, you can have those occasions again with anybody and have great occasions with anybody you make a connection with. Don't give that credit to the narcissist. The narcissist was just able to manipulate you and saw your potential for joy and happiness. Now, the other thing is, I'd like to bring it into the sexual arena here, because oftentimes people will say that that was an amazing experience, that the sex life with the narcissist was absolutely amazing, and that they felt this freedom to be themselves and to really connect. Here I'd like you to think about the truth, and say the narcissist in another room talking to the dark one, as I say, the one that, sorry if I get a bit spiritual here, but the one that drives the dark behavior of the narcissist. And I'm going to do another video on this and the connection and why narcissism as a personality disorder, although it can be described as a personality disorder, is driven, I believe, spiritually by something else. Anyway, let's not get off track here, guys. Imagine the narcissist in a room having a conversation before they come into you to have sex with you and say, oh, I got to go in here and give her a great time. Couldn't be arsed, really. Have someone else in mind at the moment. I'm dealing with someone else, but I can text them after. But look, I have to do it, sure. Let's go ahead. I'll make sure that I enjoy it as well, or get as much as possible out of it. She's a right, you know, she believes anything I say. All I have to do is look in the eyes and say, oh, how much I love you. Or I don't even have to do that anymore, actually. I can just, you know, give her a good time, and she's satisfied and happy for a few days, keep her going anyway. If you heard that before the experience, because that's the truth. That's the truth. So you've associated the experience as being wonderful because you thought that you had a connection and that this person and you really connected, say on a physical level, and you felt because of that maybe that it was a spiritual level and it was a real emotional connection. What I'm saying to you is, if you knew the truth and went back into that situation and into that bedroom or wherever you were with the narcissist, and you had just heard them say that they were playing you basically, that experience would be abhorrent, I would imagine, to you. to think that they had come in to manipulate you with sex. So here is just two ways that you can look back on those supposedly happy, wonderful memories with the narcissist. The only thing special about the narcissist is that they have an offensive disorder. I know that they call it a self-defensive disorder. Well, I'd say bugger that. It's the most offensive disorder, if you want to call it that you will encounter. This disorder is all about them getting one over on another person, and basically, if they win, you lose, they win. They don't see equity. They don't see compromise. They justify their actions and activities because of their disorder. Nah, doesn't wash. They know cognitively that what they do is unacceptable, and then they justify it. The fact that they have to justify it to themselves means that they know what they've done is considered to be wrong, and they know that they've done wrong, and they blame you because that they have done wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Not buying it, guys, not buying it. So what I say to you is, when the cognitive dissonance sets in, think about maybe these two things in the video. Think about the fact that you were with a con artist. Think about the fact that your participation was what made the occasions wonderful, that the only wonderful thing about the narcissist is, if you want to say wonderful, the only surprising or talented thing about the narcissist is evilly talented in that they can manipulate you to stimulate you to bring the best out in you, so you associate that with them. Time to rewire the brain waves, and give back to yourself as being you the source of the happiness that you had with the narcissist. Guys, I hope this has helped, and I better go and get working on this course because I want something for people who need it. Okay, have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.